Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price today. As we saw a major rejection at the 4-hour Ichimoku cloud resistance level and the market structural resistance level at $51,100 US, and now we are coming back down to retest this previous weekly open sitting at $48,500 US. I want to talk about whether or not Bitcoin is going to see a retest of 44,800, if we might even see a more violent breakdown to 41,950, or if there is a potential reversal on our hands here. And then we're going to look at what's happening to Ethereum. As you can see, before we even got to this major resistance area, we have the previous weekly open and the structural resistance. We already have seen a reversal back down. I want to talk about what that means for Ethereum, as we'll look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart as well. Now that we're regaining this major support area, I want to talk about the implications of this, and then we're going to take a look at what's happening to Bitcoin dominance as we're coming back up to retest the weekly open, but others' dominance is showing strength above the weekly open, which is extremely positive. And then we're going to look at traditional markets as we're seeing a major pullback in Japan, Hong Kong, even in Shanghai, but the S&P 500 is showing strength. The stonks are doing what they always do, which is going up, and I want to talk about what that means for the overall markets. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Alabadi. If you appreciate this content, remember to like this video. First, I want to talk about exactly what's happening to Bitcoin. Just like we predicted, we saw this bounce here at 44,800, and we came all the way up to this resistance area that I told you guys was going to act as a major resistance, as we had this 4-hour Ichimoku cloud here, and we have currently seen this reject Bitcoin's price back down below the daily open. And at this point, there is a major level to watch, and that's why I wanted to make sure to get this update to you guys as fast as possible, and that's this previous weekly open that we've talked about in the past. When we look at these hourly candles, you can see as soon as we broke down from here, we found this as a resistance level, and then as soon as we broke out from there and closed an hourly candle body above that, we came up to this resistance area. But now we're coming back down to test this previous weekly open. And if you guys are following our channel, I always have the previous weekly open on these charts in the green, and so this green line represents a major level at $44,800 US is going to be the next major support level. If this level breaks down and we start to see any hourly candles close below the previous weekly open, that would be the first bearish sign for Bitcoin. But I do want to address what's exactly happening on the 4-hour chart, because we do have a major support level down low at this 200 period moving average, and realize that if we start to close hourly candles below this previous weekly open, the retest of 44,800 comes into play. And if we don't see volume at this level, this was the previous top from the Elon Musk pump, then there is a potential we could come down to this previous all-time high at $41,950 US, and that's also showing confluence with the 200 period moving average on the 4-hour chart, and that's what I'm watching for the downside targets. But if Bitcoin is able to maintain itself above this previous weekly open, then there is a potential we could come back up and knock on this door again to then break back through this major resistance. And once again, I've told you guys this in the past, the major areas to watch are the structural resistance levels, because that's going to be the confirmation of a potential reversal back to the upside. And so we want to watch that $52,000 to $53,000 level for Bitcoin to have a confirmation to see continued upside, or at least test this previous weekly open. But at this point, I am being the umpire, and I'm giving you guys the news exactly how it is, and these numbers stand true to what they are, as you can see with these major levels. And at this point, we are below the weekly open for Bitcoin, and we are testing a very key level, which is the previous weekly open. And if that breaks, then that 44,800 level becomes extremely critical. And you can see with the 4-hour volume, we are seeing some massive institutional sell pressure here with not as much buy pressure, and that to me is a slight concern. And so for Bitcoin right now, we want to keep that major support level, and that to me is going to be the confirmation of a potential retest if we start closing hourly candles below that. And then we'll take a look at what's happening to Ethereum. As you can see here, we also saw a reversal, of course, since Bitcoin saw a reversal, but the weakness with Ethereum is a little bit more present than in Bitcoin, because of the fact that we didn't get up to this major resistance area or even the previous weekly open like Bitcoin was able to get above. And that to me tells me that Ethereum could potentially see another leg down to this major support level at this structure where we also have the previous all-time high at 1440. And so at this point for Ethereum, we really want to watch what's happening to the Bitcoin price, because that's going to have an effect on what happens to Ethereum. If Bitcoin reclaims its support level, we could come up to retest this previous weekly open, and until we close hourly candles above $1,800 for Ethereum, the downside targets and the downside pressure is still very present, and I want to make that very clear. When we look at the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, what you'll notice is we did break down from this flag, of course, and at this point we came back above to find this now as support. But if this level breaks, which is right at that daily open at 32,400 Satoshis, that could be detrimental for the Ethereum price. However, if we hold above this, I would like to see Ethereum get back above this weekly open at that 33,700 Satoshi level for us to assume a reversal in the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. But of course, there's a lot of fundamentals playing part with Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain FUD, and so we have to keep the fundamentals in mind because they are just as important as the technicals. And then we'll look at what's happening to the dominance levels, because this is a very important chart to watch, especially at this time when Bitcoin dominance has been consolidating after a massive downtrend and it is already broken out from this channel. And to me, at this point, what we want to see is Bitcoin dominance stay down at these levels if we want to assume that altcoins are going to continue to see strength. And at this point, we have the previous weekly open for Bitcoin dominance acting as a support, and we have the weekly open, the current one, acting as a resistance. And so at this point for the Bitcoin dominance chart, this will give us a very good reading on the fear in the market, because if Bitcoin dominance starts to come up, it's just like gold, right? In traditional markets, when there's fear in the markets, gold tends to come up, and that's what would happen in Bitcoin. If we start to see fear in the markets, that could be bad for altcoins. And so this weekly open is very key for Bitcoin dominance, sitting at that 62.38% level. But if we come back down, retest the previous weekly open and break down from the 61.72% dominance level, that could be very positive for altcoins and show us there's still a lot of confidence in the total cryptocurrency market. And if we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, what you'll notice here is we are fighting to stay above this previous weekly open, and this is a representation of all of the coins in the market. And so realize that now that we're below this previous weekly open, already closing a body below this level, that to me could potentially show us that we have another potential test of the lower end targets for the total cryptocurrency market cap. So we want to get above this previous weekly open if we want to confirm more bullish action in the total market, which is currently sitting at that $1.467 trillion level. And so when we look at others' dominance, all of these conclusions are piecing themselves together, because you can see we've yet to break a new high for others' dominance. We potentially have a double top here, but we are above the weekly open, which is good right now. As we know, Bitcoin dominance is still below the weekly open, and so for others' dominance to be above the weekly open, that shows a lot of confidence in the markets. And I think that this chart is interesting because we do have this major level here, and we are far and above it. And so for others' dominance, we do have a lot of breathing room, but that previous weekly open is going to be a key level at that 10.28% dominance level. If we stay above this level, I think a higher high and a continued uptrend for others' dominance is very possible. However, if we break down from this level, that could indicate a potential reversal in others' dominance. The real confirmation will come with closes below the current weekly open at 10.09% dominance. But at this point, I'm not too worried about altcoins because of the way that others' dominance is reacting. And by the way, if you guys want to win one of my favorite books on trading psychology, The Bible for Traders, all you have to do is comment below on this video and share this video, and that will make you eligible for this giveaway. And I'll pick a winner for our video 2 days ago on the end of this video, of course. And yesterday we had a live stream and I gave a ton of books out, so we're not going to pick a winner for yesterday's live stream, but we will pick a winner for the video before that. I do want to cover traditional markets because the DXY is showing some very good signs when it comes to asset prices, because we are below the weekly open, the monthly open, and we are trending down at this point, and we are in this consolidation range that I've been telling you guys we need the dollar to stay in if we want to assume continued upside for assets. But of course, the macro for the dollar is still present, where if we start to get back above this 50-day moving average, which we've already done many times in the recent weeks, then we want to watch this resistance at the channel, and really it's going to be this 100 period moving average. If we get above that, that could be a confirmation that the dollar is going to increase in strength and asset prices could fall from that, and that affects stocks, crypto, real estate, every market. And so the DXY is very important to watch, but realize with ZAO USD on the shorter time frames, when we look at gold, we are forming higher lows here, and it is showing some potential strengths and a potential of a reversal as we found support at the weekly open. When gold starts to trend up, it shows some uncertainty in traditional markets. US oil as a commodity also forming a new yearly high today. So that to me says that commodities are strong, so that could affect traditional markets. Now, if gold continues to rally and international markets continue to dump, because you can see here with Japan, we are in this massive dump and this potential top here, then that could be detrimental for the cryptocurrency market as well as the stock market, because you can see Hong Kong all the way back down to the monthly open already, and then the Shanghai Composite also starting to trend down towards that monthly open. So we are seeing some weakness in traditional markets. I do want to address that. And then we look at the S&P 500. We did see a possible test of the 50-day moving average. Of course, with the S&P 500, we actually recovered, and the Dow actually formed a new yearly high today. So it's a very weird market. Today we have international markets seeing weakness. Crypto is, trying to recover, but it's also seeing some slight weakness. And then international markets are seeing massive weakness. But then we see commodities like gold starting to trend up at least a little bit. Nothing, to go home and tell mom about just yet for gold. But I think that there is some uncertainty coming into the markets right now. I think that's very clear on these charts, and we want to monitor this. The real levels to watch, in my opinion, as I've talked about earlier in this video, is going to this previous weekly open for Bitcoin. You can see we're currently below it as I record this video. If we start to close hourly candles below that, that would be my first sign of concern, because that could allow this downside scenario to take place where we retest that $44,800 level, which we know is a major support level that we've been watching. And if we come and knock on this door for a second time, we want to monitor the volume, see how things are reacting when it comes to price action, because if we break this low, there is a potential we come down to retest the previous all-time high for Bitcoin at 41,950. And if that happens, that could be a little bit bearish for the macro, because we don't want to come back down to a previous all-time high that can already consolidated. And so that could be a potential of a local top if we come below that $41,950 level. But so far, we're just kind of flirting with this level. I'm sure that it's going to come back above the previous weekly open, then come back down below, and then back up above it. We just want to watch those hourly candles, full bodies, and wicks if they close below this previous weekly open for Bitcoin at 48,500. That would be the first sign of distress. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, remember to smash the like button. I do want to pick a winner for our book giveaway. If you guys want to enter, just comment below and share this video, and I will pick a winner from our video. And let's just randomly choose somebody. Let's see. Brooklyn says, love the way you explain things. I am beginning to understand so much more because of what a great teacher you are. Thank you. I really appreciate those kind words. It means a lot that I can impact even one of you guys. And so to know that I'm impacting many of you is a very good feeling, and it makes this work and this, it makes all of this worthwhile. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and this is going to be a very interesting day to see how Bitcoin reacts to this previous weekly open. I can't wait to see what happens, and I will keep you guys updated as always on the Snipers channel. And with that being said, guys, if you guys want to listen to the audio version of these videos, I do have podcasts on Spotify and iTunes. Just search for my name, and you'll be able to also listen to the audio version of these videos. I just wanted to throw that out there for those that didn't know that we are omnipresent on all social media platforms. And with that, thank you guys, and until tomorrow, Snipers out.